ورسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول كل بدعة ضلالة.
So these are the shubahat, that we protect ourselves from them with ilm, sitting in durus, studying the books of Aqeedah, becoming firm upon our belief, knowing the Aqeedah, that the Aqeedah is something that is established in the Quran and the Sunnah. It is not open to Ijtihaad. It is not open to tahrif, distortion, or ta'wil, misinterpretation. It is not open to one's opinions and one's desires. The Aqeedah is something that is established in the Quran and the Sunnah, and in the kutub of the Salaf, in the books of the Salaf. So we study them, we learn them, we hold on to them. The hadith of the Prophet ﷺ that talk about the matters of the unseen, we take them as they have come, as Imam al-Awza'i said. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions something of the affairs of the unseen, or the Prophet ﷺ mentioned something that was going to happen in the hereafter, is happening right now. The hellfire is stoked up and it is alight. Hellfire is present today. Well, we looked in our telescopes, we couldn't see anything. What are we going to say now? Hellfire is huge. There are 7 heavens. Above the heavens there is the kursi of Allah. Well, we looked in our telescopes, we sent satellites, we didn't see anything. What now? What does the Muslim do? Shake? Well, they sent it out for years. These Apollo and this one, they've been out. They've got these huge telescopes. They can't see anything. They can't see the kursi. And the kursi is huge. Like the Prophet ﷺ said, the 7 heavens and the 7 earths, as compared to the kursi, is like 7 dirhams, 7 coins that are thrown out into the open, huge desert. Even though there is some who have questioned the authenticity of the hadith, but some of Ahlul Ilm, they authenticated it. They say, look, we can't see it. Prophet ﷺ said that the sun rises in the east. It travels through the sky. Prophet ﷺ said this, up until it reaches its zenith, high in the sky at noon. And then it travels up until it sets in the west and makes sajda under the arsh of Allah. They say, no, akhi. When we were in science, they didn't tell us that. They say that it is not the sun that moves, the earth that moves around the sun. Right? The way of the solar system is the earth moving. They say, no, ya akhi. Your science is wrong. The Quran and the hadith are not wrong. If the sun makes sajda under the arsh of Allah because Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said it, then this is what I believe. Look, when they came, the mushrikeen, to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, when the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said that last night I was taken by a riding beast, the Buraq, from Mecca, from the house of Hani to Jerusalem, it would take 1 stride, and 1 stride would be the distance as far as the eye can see, up until we reached Jerusalem. From Jerusalem, I led the messengers and the prophets in prayer. And then I was taken through the heavens. And I went through the heavens and I met the Anbiya. And then I was taken to the Sidratul Muntaha. And beyond that, even Jibreel wasn't allowed, and I went. And the furthest low tree, the Sidratul Muntaha, the furthest low tree, it had colors indescribable. And I went beyond that and I met my Lord and I spoke to Allah. And then I was returned in the same night. So when the mushrikeen heard that from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Abu Jahl, they spread it in Mecca. Look what Muhammad is saying. In a singular night, he traveled from Mecca to Jerusalem, from Jerusalem through the heavens up until he was taken through the heavens, and he met his Lord, and he spoke to his Lord, and his Lord spoke to him. And then he came back to Mecca the same night. Muhammad is Majnoon. This is what they said, mushrikeen. They went to Abu Bakr. Some of the new Muslims, they were shaken by the shubahat, the fitna of shubahat. Some of the new Muslims, they were shaken by this. Up until they went to Abu Bakr. And they said to Abu Bakr, this is what Muhammad is saying. He said, did he say it? They said, yes, he said it. He said, if he said it, then I believe him. No second speech. For indeed, I believed something that he said that was greater than that. He said that his Lord has revealed to him from above the seven heavens over his throne. So what is this? I believe that. So I'm not going to believe this. So yes, the Messenger Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam said that the sun rises in the east, it sets in the west, he makes sajda under the throne of Allah, and then he seeks permission to rise from the east. If they don't know this, then there is a weakness in their understanding. It is not a weakness in the hadith. It is not a weakness in the hadith. Because none of your telescopes and none of your machinery and none of your technology could ever take an image from above the heavens to show that movement taking place. All of this is supposition on their behalf. So we believe if he came from Rasulullah, more so that we have certainty when it comes to the matters of the unseen. How we make sajda under the arsh of Allah, Allah knows. We don't know. But we know it does it. It seeks permission to rise from the east after it has set in the west. And then it rises again for the following morning. A day will come, the Prophet ﷺ said, it will seek permission to rise and to continue its journey, and Allah will not give it permission. And it will continue to seek, and it will not be given permission to rise and to continue upon its journey. And then Allah will give it permission. And the sun will say, I cannot rise now from the east. So Allah will say, rise from where you set. On that day, the sun will rise in the west. Don't bring me your pseudoscience. This is revelation from the one who created the heaven, created the sun, created the earth, created the arsh that the sun sets under. You sitting upon the earth with a long telescope, you're going to tell me that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't know? And He is the creator of the heavens and the earth? You never saw Jannah, but we believe in it. You never saw the Nar, but we believe in it. You never saw the creation of Adam, but we believe Allah created Adam with His own two hands from clay. Allah created the angels from nur, from light. Allah created the jinn from smokeless fire. We believe in all of this because it is from the Lord of the worlds. We will not allow the shubahat, the fitna that comes from those shubahat, to shake us, ya ikhwan wa akhawat. We can't allow that because these ideas that are Fir'auniyya, Fir'aun himself wouldn't believe. I am your Lord the Most High, he would say. He sees miracle after miracle after miracle from Allah given to Musa alayhi salam. Musa alayhi salam right in front of his eyes. Right in front of the eyes of Fir'aun. Musa strikes the edge of the sea. And 12 paths appear in the ocean, the Red Sea. Anyone with any sense, anyone would say, khalas, it's clear. What more do I want? But this ideology, this idea that Fir'aun had, that I am God, I am the one who the people have to worship, I am the one, and our ancient gods. So he saw that in front of his own eyes, on top of all of those things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had already given to Musa alayhi salam. The various afflictions that came upon the Egyptians, the frogs, the blood, and all of the other things that came upon them. Yet, Bani Israel, they were not afflicted. Only the Egyptians were afflicted. Those who were with Fir'aun, the Copts. But not Bani Israel, not the Muslims. Fir'aun is seeing this. Then he sees Musa alayhi salam go through with Harun, with Bani Israel, 12 paths in the Red Sea, one for each of the tribes of Bani Israel, 12 tribes of Bani Israel. He sees Musa go through. What does he do? Arrogance steps into it. Some of the Mufassirin say, such as Ibn Kathir, say that he didn't step into it. Rather, Jibreel came upon a horse. Some of the Mufassirin, from them Ibn Kathir. Jibreel came upon a horse next to Fir'aun. And the horse of Jibreel nudged or made an indication to the horse of Fir'aun. So Jibreel went forth and the horse of Fir'aun took Fir'aun into the Red Sea. With or without his permission. But nevertheless, either way, he went in and he was drowned. The point here being is, how many miracles, how many things do you need to see before you believe? You see the construction of the heavens and the earth and the perfection in their creation, in their orbits, in their movements, the stars, the planets, the river as it flows, the barrier between salt water and fresh water. How Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has delineated between them. One water you can drink, the other water you drink, you'll die. You can't drink the salt water, but you can drink the fresh water. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala kept them separate so that you are hydrated. You drink one, you don't become hydrated, you die. Because that's salinated. Then Allah keeps one fresh so you can drink and you survive. The valleys and the mountains. You look at the ground is dead, nothing growing, it's dead. You come back a month later, plants are growing. You come back 2 months later, there's enough food to feed thousands. Yet 3 months ago, the earth looked dead. What more do you want? I want to open up a science book and see I came from an ape. You're blinded to what's in front of you. But you believe that which you have no proof for, that you have never seen, you don't know, except by stories and myths and fantasies invented by atheists and unbelievers. And when you see it right in front of your eyes, say, no, I don't know about that because, I read it in a science book that something. What are you on about? Look in the sky, look upon the earth, look in yourself. Look at the structure of the cell within your body that they still cannot explain and understand. Forget about creating human life or a human form. They can't even make the structure of a cell. One cell. And your body consists of billions of them. Why would a Muslim on firm Aqeedah give up that certainty of Iman, that certainty of belief, and leave that for something else? So these supplications that we make to Allah, that Allah keeps our heart firm upon the Aqeedah, upon whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has revealed.